On Friday, March 24th, 11-year-old Kelly Gonzalez and her family got a day they'll never forget. Kelly was diagnosed last year with an aggressive brain tumor. After multiple surgeries, she's now continuing her long recovery. To help, the group Cops for Kids with Cancer stepped up, and not only with a check for medical costs, but a police escort from her house to the check presentation. It not only included officers from Wilmington, but cruises from around the area. Dozens of departments took part in the event.
Welcome to the Wilmington Public Safety Building. And on behalf of the Wilmington Police Department, I can say, oh, wow. I'm not a wishy-washy guy for the most part, but this was a lot. This really was amazing to see the community come together, our law enforcement community, the community of Wilmington, the Wilmington Public Schools, friends, family, the fire service, town officials. It's amazing. Special day for Kelly. So, interesting enough, on the way here, I think that Kelly's looking for a job, actually, because she made her first car stop right over by Metro Station. But you'll be happy to know that she gave the guy a verbal warning, okay? It's amazing, and I told her on the way, you actually beat one of our most senior police officers' stats by 100% today. So good job. So once again, welcome. I'm Chief Michael Bagonis, and I am very honored today to partner with a wonderful organization called Cops for Kids with Cancer. Cancer is something that touches everyone. We've all experienced a loved one that's had it or had it ourselves. And really, that's when community comes together, it seems. It's some of the strongest moments in our lives are when we struggle the hardest and when things are the darkest for us. So just to have this community rally around Kelly and her family is just an absolutely amazing thing. I was introduced by Kelly, not because I'm a sharp police chief and I know everything that's going on, but there's actually, is Becky Provost here? She's traveling. So a wonderful Wilmington resident from Tacoma Drive introduced Kelly and her family to the organization of Cops for Kids with Cancer. And that's the amazing part about this, because in our busy days and we're running around, we know that we have a network of folks behind us that have our back, that are ready to step up, reach out, knock us on the head and say, hey, there's a family that's in need in your community, and we're here to support you as you support them. And I think that that's probably the most amazing part of this, because when they introduced us, I was able to go over and meet the Gonzalez family, and I'll tell you what a wonderful group of people. So I'd like to introduce them. Obviously, Amy is Kelly's mom, her dad, Fernando, and there's a bundle of energy right there in Manny. And I think he's going to be a firefighter someday, actually. I think he did a pretty good job. So within the last year, Kelly was diagnosed with, and I'll try to get this, medulloblastoma. So it's a brain tumor. And she has undergone a couple surgeries. She's currently in radiation treatment, transitioning into chemotherapy. What a strong kid. I think, that the most strong people come in small packages. So a round of applause for everything that Kelly's done. And through it all, I know earlier today I was upset because I was at another location and the internet was slow. But you cannot take that smile off that girl's face and what she's going through. That's amazing stuff, folks. That's really awesome. Once again, good job. So just to give you an opportunity to understand what goes on here, Cops for Kids for Cancer is an amazing organization that really steps up and does, I guess, everything they possibly can to help families. And we know that families have not only the health struggles, the emotional struggles, the difficulties, but this type of medical disease impacts them financially is probably one of the greatest things. And you have so much to worry about when you're in this battle, to think about how you're going to pay for parking, food expenses, all the incidental things that come in because you're busy fighting with your child to save their life. So I think that that's the amazing part about this is this is something that directly goes to the family. It's not like other cancer programs or charities that look at the global perspective and try to stop cancer. This is where the rubber meets the road. This brings resources directly to the families that are in that crisis moment at the time. So I really got to give a round of applause to the folks from Cops for Kids with Cancer. So I'd like to introduce at this point one of the committee members for Cops for Kids with Cancer. Ed McNelly is a former retired Boston police officer. And I'll tell you, he was probably pretty tenacious when he was a police officer, because he's pretty tenacious with me, making sure that this all went well and that we had everything we needed and we all stayed on track and made sure the primary function was to make sure the family got the money as soon as possible. So with that, I'd like to introduce Ed.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for showing up here to support the Gonzalez family. As the chief said, my name is Ed McNally. I'm a retired Boston police captain, and I'm also on the board of directors for Cops for Kids with Cancer. With me today is two other board members, three. Stacy Abato, who happens to be the vice president of the organization, Steve DeCorda, and Captain Mike Drummy from the Mass State Police. Let me let me give you a little background on the organization, on how it was formed and what we do and what we're going to do going forward. Back in 2004, a Boston police captain by the name of John Dow came down with cancer. And while he was in the hospital, he noticed that there was a lot of young children there. And he also noticed that there was a financial need to assist those families dealing with cancer of those young children. So what he did is he started an organization called Cops for Kids with Cancer. And how that organization started was a golf tournament between the Boston Police and the Garda, or the Irish Police. And that's how this all started. I believe they raised $4,000 or $5,000 and they sent it to Mercy Hospital in Ireland. Well, since then the organization has grown, and it's grown to the point where it is today. Since we've been in existence since 2004, we have given $2.5 million to families who have a child stricken with cancer. One of the interesting part of the organization of Cops for Kids with Cancer, that this is truly a charity. Nobody gets paid. Everybody that works for Cops for Kids with Cancer is a volunteer. 95% of the money that we bring in goes directly to families. We provide assistance to 6 families a month, each in the amount of $5,000 or $30,000 a month we give to families who have a child stricken with cancer. We also donate to 4 hospitals in the amount of $10,000, and our charitable contributions to families and hospitals is about $400,000 every year. Every month. And I think the part that I'm the proudest is, as I said to you, nobody gets paid. Everybody's a volunteer. And what we have done is that we have partnered up with police departments throughout the state. Not only do we go to Massachusetts, we've been to Rhode Island, we go to Maine. In this particular case, as the chief said, we partnered up with the chief and the men and women of the Wilmington Police Department to bring this event here today. And what we would like to do is to help the Gonzalez family to get through this very difficult time. As the chief said, Amy has been going through some treatments. Kelly's been going through some treatments, and it has created a financial impact on the family. And although I wish I had the cure, I don't. But the best thing that we can do is try to help them up financially so they can tend to their daughter Kelly, get her better, and put her back on the road to recovery. So with that, if I could ask the Gonzalez family, the chief, Kelly, you want to come up? Amy? On behalf of Cops with Kids with Cancer, I would like to give you this check in the amount of $5,000 to assist you and your family in dealing with Kelly's sickness.
That's all.
Ready to speak? And with that, I would like to turn it over to both Amy and Kelly Gonzalez.
Well, I find myself in front of a microphone lately quite a bit. All I want to say, and I've said this time and time again to everyone, thank you so much for all your support. And I am wishy-washy, so I cry no matter what. But the amount of support and donations, help with everything has just been outstanding from everyone. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We couldn't do it without all this support, and the reason we're Kelly Strong is because of everyone. And so thank you so much for that. We truly appreciate it.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming, and you all have been so supportive down this difficult path.
I'm going to get some more gifts out for I'll let you have more. Wow, I think someone has a future in politics maybe, huh? Good for you. So, Kelly, we also got a couple other things for you. When I met with Kelly and her family, I talked about her interest and what she loves. And she has this amazing passion for soccer, and especially the women's soccer team from the Harvard University. So I reached out to a friend of mine that was formerly at Harvard Athletics, and they were going to try to get the soccer team here today, but due to scheduling conflicts, weren't able to do that. But they have promised me that you will get a special time with the soccer team, the women's soccer team from Harvard. So that's wonderful. I'm really excited. So with that, because they couldn't be here, they wanted to make sure that they sent some stuff over. So you'll be able to support some really nice stuff, I guess. So this is a warm-up jersey from Harvard. Is that cute? That's nice, huh? That's you're gonna wear it every day? Says she'll wear it every day. That's kind of wonderful. And also an official Harvard women's soccer jersey. Nice. Number 20. All right. And a card for you and your family, all right? So as I said, they were very sad that they couldn't make it today, but we'll make some special event for you at some point going forward once we get the schedule together. Also, Kelly, we have for you a get well card signed by many of the people in public safety, the police department, and if you guys will bear with me, I'll read all of the signatures. All right, we'll pass on that, right? I think some people want to go home to dinner. So basically it says from all of your friends at the public safety building, and it's signed by, boy, pretty much everybody. So you'll get to read this tonight. So congratulations, Kelly. That's cool. Thank you. And so I have a couple things for you too. Also, in Wilmington, we have a special challenge coin, okay? And it's basically a Chiefs Award for being special, okay? For being not special in crazy ways, but special in ways that, you know what? You mean a lot to a lot of people, and a lot of people mean a lot to you. So here's a coin for each one of you in the family, so you all get to have one. There you go, buddy. So with that, I would like to, I have two individuals who want to come up and they want to make a donation to Cops for Kids with Cancer from the Wilmington Police Patrolmen's Union as well as the Wilmington Police Association. It'll be Officer Matt Stavro and Lieutenant Charles Fury.
On behalf of the Wilmington Police Association, I want to give you a small check, and hopefully many like that will follow so you can do what you've done here today.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Wilmington Police Patrol Officers Union, we'd like to present you with this check for Cops for Kids with Cancer.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll get a picture. Obviously, this has been a really awesome event, and I really looking out to the crowd, and I see the Namo family, my good friend Don, who works in our office. They received benefits from the Cops and Kids for Cancer program with one of their sons. This is our third opportunity to do this for families. Sadly, we do not look forward to it. But I'll tell you, when the opportunity comes and we get notified that there's a family out there that's struggling, we're more than happy to get involved and do what's important for them. So I'll tell you, I'm overwhelmed. I'm retiring this year as police chief, but I'll tell you, I look around, I think I'll stick around for a little while. I think the deputy just fell. Okay.
Can we get a picture?
Oh, the fire chief, I'm sorry. I apologize. Sorry. I got ahead of myself. And how can I forget the Wilmington Fire Department? Fire Chief Rick McClellan, and he brought it. Oh, very special. They had the Bruins here earlier for another event where they made a donation to the school system. So
We did. We had earlier, we had the B-Fit organization with the Boston Bruins, and right as everyone is standing, we had a pretty significant street hockey game. Police, firefighters, and the elementary school kids from one of the local elementary schools. But we just wanted to make this presentation on behalf of the police department, the Wilmington Fire Department, and the Boston Bruins, that this is to Manny. That'll only take a second. So this is to Manny. We know you're putting up, it's all right, no. A couple of things might go out, but. So, anyways, so the Boston Bruins were very gracious to us, and this is a special gift for Manny. This is a hockey stick signed by the Boston Bruins for you. Okay. So, yeah, hit that you can just hit it to the right, stop. So there is one special request that now you have to help your sister with her homework. Okay?
So let's get a picture together.
Okay.
Can we go in front of you?
Yeah.
Right here. Put it right
Oh, in front of them.
No, we're just gonna step up in front. You just gotta work with me, buddy.
That's all right.
I'm getting a cramp. All right. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Joey DeSara, and I'm here with Kelly's mom, Amy. How are you today?
Great, thanks. How are you?
How's Kelly doing?
She's doing remarkable. She's an extremely strong girl through everything she's been through. She's a fighter, and she's doing really well.
Great. And so how did this whole event get started? How did you figure out about it?
Well, we had heard from a friend in town about this and filled out an application, sent in our application, and Chief Pagonis gave us a call and set things up.
Cool. How was it like to ride in the procession down the street with all the police officers?
A little overwhelming. I was a little speechless. I was truly impressed with the amount of police officers and people that came out today. I was very, very overwhelmed. Wasn't expecting all that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So what goes into organizing an event like this?
Oh, a lot of work goes into it, but most importantly, you have to have a phenomenal staff to help you with it, because this can't be done by a single individual. The amazing part is, I basically get the information, pick the date, and I grab 3 or 4 folks, and it's like tentacles. they reach out and they get everybody on board, and it's really cool. So I'm very proud of my staff, my clerical staff, as well as the the lieutenants and the deputy chief, the sergeants, the patrolmen. Everybody steps up, does a wonderful job.
How does it feel to be the host of this event?
It's I'm not going to lie to you. It's emotional. It's, when you see it, when you come down, even though you're driving the cruiser and you've had the blue lights going and you're doing something for somebody else, to see the community, to see the families and friends and school department and the public safety and police officers from all over the Commonwealth showing up to support a young amazing girl, because she never stops smiling. It really is kind of cool. It's some of my proudest moments, and I think at that point I could probably turn my check in this week because I got paid handsomely for this.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.